Well, how are you today? How are you, my fellow pilgrims? Boy, let me tell you, today I had kind of an interesting morning. I went down to the American Embassy, the U.S. American Embassy in Bangkok, and I had to go in because I had to file for Social Security, which is something that I can't do on the internet. And the funny thing is that when I called the Social Security office via Skype, they told me after waiting an hour to get somebody to talk to, oh, well, no, you can't do it here. You can't do it online. You have to go to the embassy to do it. I was told that in December. So I thought, man, the December rush and all of that in January. I scheduled it for the 10th of February, which in Thailand is today, for about another hour and 57 minutes, maybe 58 minutes, whatever. Anyway, I had to be down there at 9 a.m. I live about 35 miles outside of Bangkok as the crow flies, or the drone flies, if you were talking to Obama, our fearless leader Barack, as the drone flies, maybe. But anyway, to get back to the subject, I asked my dear wife, get me a taxi that'll take me all the way down to Bangkok, please, because I need to go and I want to go before the elections, which she doesn't understand why, but I wanted it done. So I got myself a good cabbie, and he drives me down there, drops me off, and I had a 9 a.m. appointment, which I had to make by computer over 3 weeks ago to get the slot to get in there at 9 a.m. And that 9 a.m. slot timetable there is like the last slot. And, it's just not me. I mean, they take so many people at that one time. But I showed up at 5 to 9, luckily. I left at 7 o'clock in the morning here, went through all that traffic for almost 2 hours, and got into Bangkok by about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to 9 a.m. Well, okay, that's doing pretty good. So then I figured, well, here we go. Luckily, I have the appointment, so I go up to the appointment window and I say, I'm Carlton Campbell and I need to get for Social Security validate, And they say my little name on the list with my passport, and she takes the highlighter and draws through it. And then I go to the front door, which has got a big line going back at least a couple of 100 yards of just people lined up to get in there. And of course, when a big guy like me walks up I make sure that I take a cane that's got the four little feet on it. And of course, automatically I say, I really have to go to the restroom. I really need the hong nam. Hong nam is toilet for Thai. Nam is water. Hong, I really don't know what that means. But hong nam. But I walked up and said, I need to use the toilet. They go, oh, okay, and they let me in. I said, look, I have a 9 o'clock appointment. But I had to go in, and they want you to take everything with a battery, and I had a little thing of water on my bag, and, an old water bottle, little one with a rubber band on it and a hook, one of those climber's hooks to hold on the bottle for backup. Anyway, I'm serious. I got there, and I really did have to use the latrine. So I'm, after they go through all my stuff and they take my camera, my phone, they take my jotting pad, which is a pad made by a company called Boogie. It's called a Jotter 4.5. It's electric, paperless. But they won't let that in because it has a battery. So they do, and then, basically I have to give them a picture ID to go with my things, which is a good idea, and they lock it all into a little secure bag after they go through everything, and they put it in there, and they give you like one of those little leash things to put around your wrist with a number on it. So, when you go out, you can get your bag of stuff and they open it up. And it's a very good secure system. And of course, they take that wand and go over you. The guys at TSA ought to take instructions from the guys in the Thailand embassy, because they're very nice. And they use all the same equipment, I'm pretty sure, because this is the U.S. embassy in Bangkok. One of the biggest embassies and one of the most paid for in Asia. So, I know that they got all the same gear TSA has probably got. And they're a lot more polite. What I'm talking about is maybe TSA ought to be sent to these guys, or they ought to be sent to these guys, which are Thai, to give them lessons on how to be polite when they do a search. And anyway, I went in, and I, to hit the basics, I got in there. Now, okay, I'm 64 years old this year. If I waited another year, I get a little bit more money at 65. I said, screw it. Because I've heard that there's a lot of things going on with Social Security that some people are saying you got to file before the 13th of April. Because apparently something's going up before Congress that may even jeopardize more people that have not filed for Social Security. And I'd already planned on going, and when I went, and I didn't even hear about this until the very day before on the internet, and it was an ad also, somebody selling something, but they were mentioning that this was going to take place. So there's got to be some validity to the ad, I'm sure. So I thought, well, it's good that I'm going tomorrow. Anyway, I'm there, and I tell them, hey, I need to do Social Security. I want to put in my application. I've got the letter from the office, Social Security office, saying that I'm good, that I'm eligible, and everything. And they said, no, we don't need to see that. You have your passport. Can we look at it? And they looked at it and gave me one little thin sheet of paper, a form. Put your name on it, your Social Security number, your passport number, your date of birth, and basically check the box that says retirement. And will you sign your passport? Oh, I didn't even sign. I got it over a year ago. I go, the worst signature I ever did. It shames me, but it's there. Can't get rid of it. But anyway, then I signed the form and said, okay, what else? I got a Social Security card. No, don't worry about that. I said, how long will it take you to process this? Oh, we don't do that. We're a regional office here in Bangkok. We're going to send it off to the Philippines, where their office is, and they will process your Social Security there. I said, you mean it doesn't go back to the fatherland, the motherland, the homeland? It doesn't go back, to America, the U.S.A. America? It doesn't go there. It goes to the Philippines. Yep. Oh, okay. Well, how long is this going to take to be processed? And they said, 2 to 3 months, maybe 4. I said, what? That long? And they said, well, I said, are you gonna send it over on a frigate? Along with the sails? And I was joking. I said, somebody gonna row it? Did they make a bridge? Oh no, we're gonna fax it to them. They're gonna fax even the photocopy of my passport. You're going to fax that to them and the form. Yeah. And, the other pages that they did. And they said, you put your phone number and your email address here? I go, yeah. And she reads it back to me and she says, they'll call you. I said, okay. That's it. total time besides using the restroom in and out was approximately 15 minutes, maybe 18. And then I turn around to leave, and all the time that I'm there, you have to remember that the American, they got a big widescreen TV there, 40-something inches, and they're talking about, oh, and you got to remember I don't get a lot of American news in Thailand. You know, I really don't pay attention to it except on when I'm looking up what I can read and see. But I don't watch news bullshit. I hate to say it that way, but it was like Fox or somebody they had on. And Hillary Clinton was going at it about one of her campaign speeches today on the 10th in Thailand is when I got it. And before that, they mentioned that Donald Trump was doing reasonably good in some states, New Hampshire or something like that, but whatever. But Hillary was going into this big speech about, I will do this, I will, and I'm gonna be great, and I'm gonna be wonderful. And I looked at that, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't miss American politics, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. We all know that they're elected by the Electoral College. Our presidents are never elected by popular vote. They never have been, and they probably never will be. Because the people that would get elected are exactly who the people on Wall Street and our big money industrialist people don't want elected. The Electoral College is the one who does it. And what are they? Selected senators that represent certain states. You got to look into how it's done. You got to know that there's a lot of lobbying going on. Therefore, I consider it a corrupt system. Why do they have the rallies and all that? Okay, remember Houdini? All these guys that do all the magic? Misdirection. Remember that movie? Good grief. You know, there's all these movies where misdirection is the common thing in theory. And it's, surprising the crowd and getting away with total hell. Getting what you want is what they're doing. And you know something? No matter how they rally, no matter how they do it, it has always worked out with the Electoral College. And I would bet money that if one dug deep enough, they'd probably kill the guy who dug deep enough because he would find a lot of corruption, I believe. That's only my personal belief. But you see, the system is the system. And hey, the rallies and everything is misdirection. It just amazes me. This is all a magic trick which has been being pulled off for over probably 200 years. Think about it. When you're going out to vote, whether you vote or not, and I hate to say this, doesn't mean squat. Because they're going to elect who they want to elect. Okay, who's going to get elected? Well, right now, Clinton to me looks like she's in the bag. I think deals have already been made, just like they happened with Obama. Why do you think she dropped out of the primaries and decided to not put up a fight with him? Deals were made, and she became the Secretary of State. Is it that obvious to the crowd? Is the mob out there that, remember that movie, I think it had John Travolta called Swordfish or something? Where the whole movie, you should watch that. It's all about misdirection. And, it was all about getting the money for counterterrorism. Swordfish, I think the movie was. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you ever watch any of my videos. Okay, time's up, going on 15 minutes for this one. But here's the deal. I went and I applied, and I'm hoping that I will get my Social Security. But you see, between now and the time we have our next president elected, it's going to be amazing to find out what does happen with that kind of thing. And after the elections, when the new presidents roll in, or the new ruling body, I am wondering what will happen with Social Security and other benefits that we do have. And I think they're in great danger, to be honest with you. Okay, thank you for your time. Contemplate what I said, and I wish you all a good, happy day and a good night. Thanks again.